Hey, good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, depending on where you are. This is a roaming prepper channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm your host, Pete. And I know it's kind of silly. I keep saying I'm your host, Pete. Well, I'm the only host you guys have really ever had on this channel. But there's the distinct possibility there will be other hosts within my family that may join me or fill in for me as we go forward. I have some amazing young adults in the family uh, who are just are blowing me away with the things they're doing, they're learning. My son and daughter-in-law, my youngest son and his wife are just I can't even say enough about them. And then of course I have my oldest daughter who hated traveling, and now she's pretty much global explorer Dora, so roaming daughter, if you will. And the last set of pictures I got was her in Kyoto. The Hubs went on a business trip. She tagged along and decided she was going to go to all the monasteries. So yeah, so you never know. One day this might its intro might pop up and it might be one of the girls. It might be my son or my son-in-law. Who knows? But in any case, right now, still me. Thanks for joining me. I want to do a real quick product review of a few products, but I'm not just going to pitch a product because that gets old. I want to talk about how the products should be thought of in context of your budget and the reality of what you're prepping. So I'll be right back and let's kind of walk through these products because I want us to have a reality discussion. I'm a business guy. I believe in being realistic. So let's do that. I'll be right back and let's have a conversation. All right, beautiful people. So what we're going to do today is I want to review three different canned products. Before I start, though, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you would like to, share the video, that's awesome. If you want to leave poop emojis in the comments, which apparently someone literally took that, they put a bunch of poops and a laughing face. So apparently I've said that before. Yeah, feel free to put poop emojis. That's fine. Or you want to put, I don't know, pizza slices or tacos. Mad Chad's been distributing tacos and bacon lately, so you can do that as well. But anything you do helps. I got squashed in YouTube lately. I don't know what happened last month. Maybe I was because I was all over the map on my timing and it was very inconsistent. And I've started doing the shorts and the live stream. So those of you who are new creators, or even if you're more experienced and you're starting a channel, try to be more consistent. I know it affects the channel. Unfortunately, my company doesn't care. So, like I gotta do work, right? And then I do this on the side for giggles. Um, so the products I'm going to review, one I'm affiliated with, two I am not. I'm just going to lay that out here. They're all good, but they all are different yet the same. So let me start by going to the most basic. So when we're talking about canned meats, and I didn't have a beef in this brand, so I got a chicken breast, but this is HEB, right? And oh, sorry, a little bit of glare there from the sun. HEB brand chicken breast, and this is the kind of stuff you find at Sam's, find at Costco, you find at Walmart, find at HEB if you have one, Kroger, Tom Thumb. I didn't realize Tom Thumb was like an affiliate of Randall's. I drove past one. I'm like, what the hell's that Tom Thumb? That's stupid looking. And it was a grocery store. And then I felt stupid. But regardless of where you live, this is the more generic can. Sometimes you could get them in an 8 pack or 12 pack, like you do at Sam's or Costco, the big bulk stores. You can also buy them separately. I bought this one, and I think this was $1.50. So right now it's expiration date. Oh, apparently I missed this one. The expiration date was a month ago. Anyway, probably still perfectly good. You see the can's good. Now, I'm going to say disclaimer. I recommend being respectful of the best buy dates on the cans. We all know that very often the food will last well beyond that. Actually, if the can's not bulged, deformed, rusted, or penetrated in some way by animals or whatever, um, the product will probably be just fine. My own philosophy is, especially for the less expensive cans like this, for a couple of bucks, I'll either donate this or give it to the cats outside because they kill all my critters that I don't want in my house anyway, and they get a reward, and I just get some more. And my philosophy is I have the most fresh product in inventory possible. In the event something happens, I know I've at least made that effort to keep it everything as fresh as possible. But clearly, if something happened right this second at the end of this video, I would absolutely eat this. This is fine. But again, $2. The life expectancy per there, and the only thing I have to go on is the expiration date. The recommended expiry is usually 1 year to 2 years ish, kind of more or less. So I guess a Boudreaux the cat is going to get chicken breast today, and he killed a tarantula the other day, so he definitely deserves that. I was looking for something to give him. There you go. Now, but for $2, really cheap, easy to find, and they're smaller and bigger cans, different brands. They go down as cheap as 75 cents. So for a budget, great. And you got a year and a half of product, right? And we all know, like I said, this expired, but I'm perfectly sure this is fine. So anyway, again, disclaimer, be careful what you eat after expiration date. Now, there's another product out there. That price point is kind of a middle price point. Not affiliated with this one either. This is the Keystone brand. Now, the Keystone brands I just recently came aware of. Like I never really paid attention to them, and a camper who's basically a prepper with a tent was like, "Dude, these are great when you go camping because he'll bring a bunch of these and he'll like feed all the kids." And I'm like, "What's the shelf life?" So in reality, this one is the shelf life is 2028. And I bought this about a year ago. So it's a 5 year shelf life, but it's a lot of product and it's heavy. This is 28 ounces. So 1 pound, 12 ounces. It has some water and salt in here. So you got to factor that in. But so that's net weight, not product weight. So you probably got about at least a pound of meat in here. It's ground beef. Can use it for tacos, use it for spaghetti. Um, it's actually a decent product. $7. Now, I don't. You can order them direct from the company, but then they charge you shipping. I don't find them at Sam's or Costco. I do find them at Walmart, but it's very spotty. One Walmart has it, one doesn't. So basically, anytime I set foot in a Walmart, and I try not to, but sometimes I will because I like need something and it's just easier to go there. I always run through the canned goods and see if I find some of these, and I'll grab two or three. Now their price point is closer to $7, $8, but it's for a pound of food. And if you think about it, a pound of ground beef is about $5 anyway. So, you know, and I don't know if it's like 80% ground beef or 90%. I do like this though, the ingredients: beef, water, sea salt. That's it. So you have very few preservatives in this, and it's really their canning process that makes it a good product. Again, $7, but you get a pound of beef, and in an emergency, you could ration it out. You could probably get two decent meals out of one can. So something to think about, and it's smart, right? And it's in that price range, is still under $10, and you kind of getting a pretty good amount of product compared to this more generic can, which is 10 net weight of 10 ounces. So there you go, just to give you an idea. And this is heavy. Like if I threw this at someone, I'd hurt them. Um, by the way, the diameter of the cans is identical. Look, I just thought that was interesting. It's just simply a taller can. Then you have stuff like this. Now, this touts a 30-year shelf life or 25-year shelf life. And this is Survival Fresh. This is from Survival Frog. Now, this one I am an affiliate of. I'll throw the link downstairs. This is a 25 to 30-year shelf life. So this should last for a hell of a long time. Now, the ingredients actually beef and sea salt. So it's beef and the juices and sea salt. Same as this. These guys say they last 20 plus years. They have no expiration on the can, though. These guys do. And I'm wondering it's because since it's sold in grocery stores, by law, it must have an expiry. These guys are never in grocery stores. You buy them direct. So maybe that's how they get around not having an expiration date. Personally, I think this one will probably last at least 10 years anyway, unless you screw up the can. Chances are this will last 5 years if you don't screw up the can. So, but the price point on these is 20 to $25. That's a lot of money for a relatively small can. Now, the net weight on this is 14 and a half ounces. Roughly, for comparison, is roughly the size of the old Chef Boyardee cans, if that helps you. And here's this one. Now, this one's wider than that guy, but this is 10 ounces. This is 14 and a half. I do believe this one would last a little longer than this one, uh, but and this one has chicken breasts, meat, water, and salt. So you notice very few preservatives, very few ingredients other than salt. Now you got to be careful when you're eating this stuff if you're sodium sensitive. Sodium in this one is only 120 milligrams per serving, which is pretty good. This one's 120 milligrams. You notice a lot of similarities here, right? And this one is Pete lost his gland 135, but it's chicken, so we're not comparing exactly the same. Uh, Again, these guys guarantee the product for 20 years. Now, why am I presenting both a product I'm affiliated with and two that I'm not that you can get in the stores? Is because I want to have a reality check, and that's the other half of this video, of the products that get endorsed by creators like myself and other people. Yeah, do you support the channel? That's great, and we appreciate it. All of us do. Most of us do. I'm sure there's some who don't care, but we all appreciate the support. We all appreciate you coming in. This was a hobby for me. It's something fun. I do spend some money on the hobby, and when you guys buy stuff and I get points or whatever the hell, that's great too. But I want you all to also remember to stay on damn budgets. And I don't mean that to be ugly, but I'm watching people online doing the wrong things. And they're saying, you know, buy this product. And I'm looking at the product in the back, and I know that big can of whatever, emergency food is a $30 buy. And they've got like 10 of them. And that's great. If you can budget it in, that's great. I do cover that in my book also about how to create a budget and how to understand your threat matrix. Basically, what is your risk profile where you live in your area? There's a way to do this. But what I don't want people to do is say, oh, well, this is 30-year shelf life, and you spend 25 bucks, say, on this, and with that same 25 bucks, you could get three of these. You, you tracking me here? Right. Or you can get a pile of these, but remember, less shelf life according to the stamps. So, and by the way, this one has ground beef, shredded brisket beef, something like that, and then there's a chicken. So this has other variations. I just tried to get as similar as I could. Um, Me, myself, my own approach is a diversified approach, right? So I will get Keystones, I'll get off the shelf, Kroger, HEB, Sam's Club cans, and I have a few of these thrown in there as well for those longer term emergencies. If you can't grow your own food, raise your own livestock, which not everyone can, um, be smart in how you prep, but also be smart in how you spend. And I can't emphasize that enough. Now is a terrible time to get into debt. Do not run up credit cards. And again, something I talk about in my book. If you want to do anything, go get a Kindle version of the book because it's cheaper than a hard copy. Um, and just read it. It's all stuff, common sense stuff, but organized in a way that hopefully will get people to think differently about how they do things. But even if you don't get the book, just listen to me now. It's free. Be smart with what you spend. Be smart with how you spend it. Understand the needs of your family. You got kids and you make tacos every Tuesday and you make spaghetti every, I don't know, Thursday. I'm just throwing things out there. And then you make sloppy joes on Saturday. Well, you use a hell of a lot of ground beef. Well, these make more sense then, because chances are you're going to forget one day to go to the grocery store and get fresh beef, and you're just going to break into one of these. And that's okay. This is the kind of product that I wouldn't hesitate to break into, and I have, on a lazy day, or it's raining, or there's another hailstorm in Texas, because that doesn't happen, or hurricane, and I'm like, you know what? I'm making this shit. Go boil some spaghetti, throw this over, get a can of pasta sauce. There you go, spaghetti and meat sauce, done. Right? You fed the kids, and you know damn well you're going to use it because the kids already eat it. Um, I want folks to understand, even though and we all recommend products that we use. I won't recommend the product I personally have not tested. Uh, but at the same time, I want you guys to be smart about how you budget it, where you put your dollars. Okay. Because at the end of the day, if it's not helping you and yours, it does not make sense. And I get that. And being a guy who's been in industry for 27 years, I'm all about getting the best deal. So yeah, I pay more for this, but I got a 5 to 10 year shelf life. I'm okay with that compared to, say, this guy, which is less product. And granted, I can get four of these at about the same cost as this guy, but I know this one has definitely a longer shelf life based on the timestamps. And remember, the timestamps show that they meet certain criteria. That's how they make that comparison. This guy has no stamp, so I don't know what his criteria is. All good products. I've actually used all of them, but be smart in how you spend. And that's why I wanted to show you different alternatives so that you guys can think, ladies and gentlemen, go out and think. Actually, do a taste test. Get your family members, your kids, grandkids, and say, hey, we're going to try this on the spaghetti tonight. And then try it. It may be atrocious to you. Y'all may make this and go, oh my God, that's hideous. That's like chupacabra throw up or something like that. And you'll never make it again. But now don't buy it. That's why I like cooking with this stuff. I used to do a bunch of cooking videos. I need to go back to that because it's a reality check. It's like, that's gross. I don't like it. That means probably not the product for you. But anyway, folks, I will put a link for Survival Frog, and I'll put the names of the other products. Well, this one you can find anywhere. Let me just pick your grocery store. But the other one is, the big cans are called Keystone, one word. Think of like Pennsylvania, Keystone State. Uh, and given the choice between cost, life expectancy, and quantity, I actually think Keystone's the best of all three. If you want to have some longer term stuff in the back shelf for these real big O shits, not a bad choice. 20 years, 25 years. And then this is what the kids will open up when they want lunch and you forgot to go to the store. So, folks, be smart, be mindful, have a good variety, but keep it on budget. And there's no reason you can't. And again, whether I'm affiliated or not, don't buy things that don't make sense for you. They don't fit in your budget. They're not something you'll use. Whatever the case is, there's no need for that. Be smart, be careful. And somebody keeps emailing me from work and it's all gibberish. They really need to type better. Anyway, till next time, God bless, Godspeed. I hope you guys enjoyed the review and the hopefully candid conversation about how to be smart about how you spend your money. It's going to be a rough year, but we're already aware of that, so we can get ahead of the curve. And that, at the end of the day, makes a huge difference. Like they said in that movie, all you can hope for is a heads up so you can position yourself the best you can. We know that. So position yourself the best you can. In any case, God bless, Godspeed. I will see you on the next video.